Today in spirituality, I want to talk about I want to talk about if you're willing to see the truth, this universe can show you the truth and then correct you. But the condition to that is you should be willing to see the truth. And it's very important to hear and listen to your inner voice. So maybe it was out of my very rigorous work that I did, or just how my demeanor or personality is, that I do take a feedback in, and I'm willing to be corrected. So in this section, in this vlog, I'm going to talk in two sections. One section I'm talking about is a certain something that I saw one day, and then I'm going to talk about a certain dream which showed up, you know, and then how I got corrected, or how a certain understanding was sent to me. So, I used to be working. So I had a regular job, right? I used to work 9 to 6, and so I had gone on a vacation holiday. So I went home, back home, just to meet the family, extended family, all of that. And then I come back to the city I'm working in. And when I'm back, right outside my building, where I stay, right outside that, at a bit of a distance, I saw a lot of crowd. So I'm walking towards my building. I got off the cab and I had my stroller, my bag, the luggage. And I am walking with my stroller bag. And I saw there is a lot of crowd at one side of my building. And as the crowd little bit thinned or moved, what I saw was a absolute horror scene. There was a very vicious black dog, and his eyes were so red and he was so angry. And there was a dog opposite him which was bit brown, which was bitten off so badly and attacked so badly by this black vicious bad dog. That dog was breathing his last few breaths. And I just wanted to kill that black, stray, vicious dog who was so angry and who had just bitten and killed this other stray. And I just saw people were just like, you know, nobody could do anything because the dog was so angry. And he had these two pointed teeth, the way you have the vamp teeth. He had those vampire teeth, like anger, then teeth jutting out. And he had bitten the dog so badly that dog was dying in the next 2 seconds or maybe 5 seconds. And I just stood there and I said, this stray should be killed or put to sleep. because how angry that stray dog was, and he had killed this brown stray who looked not angry or was quite harmless. You don't never want to see this. You never want to see this. It was such a horror scene. I can't even tell you. And all I kept saying was this dog should be put to sleep. Nobody has right to be so angry. Because you know, in the anger, the dog was he was doing this, and he had just bitten off that brown dog. And I didn't have the heart to stand and see that dog pass out, and just viciousness and cruelty of this stray dog. I took my stroller bag and then I headed to my building and I'm at my house. You know, there are times when I'm very angry with politicians, and then I'm very, very angry with politicians. In India, it's illegal to kill the stray dog. You have to see the nonsense these stray dogs do to know why the population should be controlled. And to see one stray attack the other, dog so badly was just horror. I remember this incident or this visual very, very well. I even remember what I was wearing that day when I had come back home, and I'm taking my stroller, and it was a sometime what day it was, everything I remember because it was just pure out of horror scene that I saw. So when I was working in my corporate days, one thing after the other kept going haywire, and no matter what I did, I even struggled to get a decent rating. If you worked in some corporate and you know what a rating culture, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm done with my corporate job and now I'm traveling, trekking. I have something going on, work wise. And then uh, one day I had a very, very clear, distinct dream about a partial blue lotus bloom. It is called On the Way to Enlightenment. If you were to search the internet and Buddhism, you would know it. I did not know it. After that experience, I searched it, the dream, and then I understood the meaning. I was spiritually ascending. And then, I had a certain mental breakdown. After a year of this dream, I had a mental breakdown where I lost my mind for some time, maybe a day or two. And then the exhaustion set in. And that was nothing but a certain spiritual journey completing. So, in this exhaustion, I cried and cried and cried. I can't tell you how a mental exhaustion can feel like. It can just feel like great heaviness, and for whatever reason, I just kept crying. I was too tired, and I must have slept, just eaten, slept for 2 months, 2.5 months at home before I started to feel a little bit okay. So that time I thought I had lost my mind and regained my mind back. Only later I came to know that it was a complete bloom of the blue lotus, or you know a certain awakening that had taken place. So after this 2.5 months, I'm also starting to get a lot of psychic visions, and I'm actually starting to hear people's thoughts. And if two people are talking somewhere, I can even hear that. And I just said, God, whatever it is, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know what people are thinking. I don't want to hear wherever in the world, whoever is talking, whatever, I don't want to hear. I didn't want that psychic gift. So, we all want to have it, but when you get it, you realize it's just too much exhaustion and just too much nonsense to deal with. I feel my life was too precious for me to deal with hearing what somebody may have to say about me, or just hearing what somebody's thinking. I don't want to know. So now I have these psychic gifts and I'm a psychic. After some time, after many months, after I became okay, one day I had a dream. And the dream is, I saw one of my very senior boss, who I have spoken about in the earlier vlog in spirituality. I saw him, and he got off a car, and he has a stroller bag or a suitcase with him, and he seems to be checking into some homestay. And he has this very divine smile on his face. So in a vision I'm seeing, in a dream I'm seeing this. And then in the dream I see, out in the open ground, there is one dog sitting, and this dog has a boundary, very uneven boundary drawn around him, a big boundary, and he's sitting inside. And this dog is very alert. And somehow I got a feeling that this dog is not to be messed around with or is trouble. And then I saw one very small dog. You know, if I had to describe the dog inside the circle or in that uneven boundary, it was a stray. And then I saw one Shih Tzu dog. It's small, almost like a puppy, who's running. And that dog had these flicks around on his eyes, slightly. you know there's a furry dog who has these lot of flicks and fur around. It was that dog, and it was just a small puppy dog. And I saw this dog running and coming, which is a very small dog and absolutely harmless. And as he's running and coming, he, I said it in the dream, be careful. You don't want to put your paw on that boundary. Even though I'm seeing the dream, as invisible mode. But I just felt it when that small dog is coming running. And I told that dog that be careful, you don't want to put your paw on that boundary drawn by that stray. And thankfully, that small dog or puppy dog did not put the hand there and steer clear of the boundary and was, ran fast. And then this dog is playing with some other dogs. And after some time, while playing, this dog had taken a roundabout and was running very fast. And even before I could say something, he accidentally or playingly just put his paw on the boundary. And immediately that stray just got up and made such a bad growling sound. Grrr, and just pounced on this small puppy dog and grabbed him by the nose and the mouth. And then started to shake up this puppy dog, Chizu, small puppy, so badly. I literally saw his feathers flick, everything flying in the air. You can imagine when the feathers start flying in the air, how bad that shake up must be. And I'm just shouting in the dream, he's harmless, he's harmless, it's just a puppy, it's a harmless dog. But that stray was all angry and out to damage. After that shake up and bite, when I saw this Shizu dog, his nose was gone and good part of the feather was also gone. And in the extreme anger, I said, this stray should be put to sleep. And at this point, when I said this, I recognized the stray from my earlier incidents when I'm walking to my building and I'm back from my vacation, I'm walking to my building and I see the stray killing another dog. I recognized this stray which I heard the Chizu dog as that dog. And I said, this dog should be put to sleep. And then I saw a golden retriever whose nose was also bitten off by this stray, because the way his nose was gone was also the way Shuzu's nose was gone. I saw this golden retriever who I recognized as my boss. He went up to my big boss who had just checked into a homestay and said, this stray is again bitten off. And that's it, that's the dream. But as I'm leaving the dream, I recognize the Shizu dog. And he's one of the bosses I damaged. And that stray was me. This universe delivered a certain truth to me that this is what you have done, and this is how you have damaged people. A certain psychic journey has delivered me a truth about certain people because I get accept to be corrected. I will accept that I'm a stray when I'm shown myself as a stray. So there is a lot of to it about what had happened, what damage I did or something. It was about a mail that I wrote, and it was written in a breakdown, and I just wrote as if I'm speaking to someone when I'm writing to someone very big, and I regret it. But this whole vlog was about if you're willing to be seen or be shown the truth, then this universe is at work. But if you lie to yourself that I will not accept, I'm wrong, this universe will never show you the truth and you can keep working with the lies. So, about certain people, a certain understanding was built to me that this is how innocent they were and this is who you were.